The county is asking the courts to decide whether the two can continue to serve. The board meets again on August 18th. Is the future of the local Nabisco plant?
What about the rest of the week? Joe's finishing up your 24-hour DiNardo Weather Watch.
I'm Michelle Wright. Coming up next, how will the property reassessments affect you? My special report on which areas will be hardest hit.
Trouble. Find out if you could end up paying more in our Team 4 investigation.
Another dry and cold night. My forecast coming up next.
Oh, for decades, Allegheny County's property tax assessment system has been in trouble. Now, Judge Stanton Weddick has ordered the county to straighten things out by the turn of the century. Now, to do that, the commissioners have hired a company to revalue every single property in the county. Tonight, a Team 4 investigation is able to narrow down town by town who could end up paying more and who might pay less. Michelle Wright is live on Mount Washington with the results, and we are waiting with bated breath, Michelle.
I bet you are, Sally. Your assessment, first of all, let me explain that. Your assessment is the value used to calculate your property taxes. So, of course, the higher your assessment, the higher your property taxes, and vice versa. Now, the County Assessment Board claims that only about a third of property owners in Allegheny County are under-assessed right now. But our Team 4 investigation showed that a lot more people than that aren't paying their fair share. Action News commissioned a study by a company called Reassessment to determine just how many property owners will see their tax values change under a countywide reassessment. We found that at least 84% of people will see their assessments increase, with assessments increasing on average 34%. That's a lot of people and a lot of increase. It has homeowner Doug Blinn worried.
It's a real concern. I feel a concern because I feel I'm overtaxed already.
Blinn and his family live in Fraser Township. According to our investigation, Fraser could feel the biggest hit from the reassessment. Our investigation shows half of property owners could see their assessments go up 74% or more.
Would hope that I could get with some people and you know, rally and let people know that little Fraser Township, you know, a little rural community here really doesn't want to see the assessments go up.
I was dumbstruck. I was dumbstruck.
Fraser supervisors were shocked when we showed them what our investigation found.
It's just unbelievable that they would try and push something like this after having a freeze on the assessments. And we were just assessed, if I'm not mistaken, back in 1991. They did reassessments, and obviously they didn't do a very good job of it.
They worry higher assessments will scare away homeowners and businesses.
Not only is this going to have a detrimental effect on the residents, but it's going to hurt any future commercial tax base because the businesses will be reluctant to move in.
And it's not just Fraser. Here's a list of the 15 communities that will be the most affected by the reassessment according to our study. Watch for your community as we roll through them. You'll notice it's not necessarily the most wealthy communities that could feel the biggest hit from a countywide property tax reassessment. Our investigation found plenty of middle-class communities that are underassessed and could see a big increase in tax values. Our investigation also found that some communities will actually see a decrease in their assessments. Here in Braddock, for instance, at least half of the residents here will see their tax values go down. And that's good news for many residents because for years they've been paying more than their fair share of taxes. But it could also be devastating for the town and for the schools here because now they stand to collect less in tax money. Commissioners Bob Cranmer and Mike DeWita admit the reassessment will be hard, but they say the old system has to go.
You had a system that was really manipulated politically. You had a system that was not managed correctly.
Cranmer admits an assessment freeze he and Larry Dunn enacted made things worse, but he says the main issue now is making sure all taxpayers are paying their fair share. And DeWita says they want to make sure the county and its municipalities and school districts take only their fair share. That's why he's pushing for anti-windfall legislation.
There's a pot of money out there that will be coming in from assessments, and the idea isn't to like collect enormous sums and putting it into our pot to spend, but to rather put it back into tax reduction.
Now, there is one big wrinkle in all this. Commissioners Cranmer and DeWitta say the county can't afford to pay for the reassessments. It's going to cost more than $20 million. So they've asked a judge for an extension, about a one-year extension on this project. The judge hasn't ruled on that. Our investigation continues tomorrow at 11. We found some high-priced properties where assessments seem to be giving owners a big break on their taxes, and it could be costing your town or your school district a lot of money. Watch to see exactly what we found out tomorrow night at 11. Scott, Sally?
Thanks very much, Michelle.
Coming up, they live in beautiful new homes in Allegheny County but pay next to nothing in taxes. Tonight, why you are paying for their free ride.
Forget that.
For Kate Waston and Larry Richard. Now, get the advantage.
Everyone who likes the real estate assessment and tax system in Allegheny County, please raise your hand.
The homeowners with their hands held high may be profiting from one big bureaucratic backlog. Katie investigator Andy Sheehan has the story.
Well, Stacey, I haven't met anyone who likes paying their real estate